Hi, this is Mrs. Freeman. Today we're going to solve some equations. Specifically, we're going to solve equations with variables on both sides. So we're going to start with 3 steps here. Make sure you fill in your blanks on your note sheet. So our first step says we want to move our smallest variable using either addition or subtraction. Okay, remember your variable is your letter that represents your unknown. And we want to move the smallest one so we don't have so many negative signs to worry about. That way we'll have more positive numbers. And then step 2 says we're going to get rid of the constant by using either addition or subtraction. And remember that constant is going to be that plain number that you're either adding or subtracting from the variable. And then step 3 says we want to get rid of the coefficient by using either multiplication or division. Remember, the coefficient is the number that's right beside your variable. Okay, let's try some examples. So example 1, we're going to solve 2x plus 6 equals 4x subtract 10. So I'm going to draw my line right through my equal sign, separate our left side from our right side. And step 1 said we want to move our smallest variable. So we're going to look at our two variables. So we have a 2x on the left and a 4x on the right. So the smallest variable would be 2x. So we're going to start by moving that one. So in order to move it, we're going to do the opposite. So since we're adding 2x, we're going to subtract 2x. Whatever you do on one side of the equal sign, you have to do on the other side. So we're going to put it below our other x as well. Okay, and the whole reason you do that is to get your x's to cancel on the left. So 2x minus 2x, this goes away. And the only thing left on the left is a 6. Bring down your equals. Then you're going to look at your x's. 4x minus 2x. So that's going to give us a 2x. You're going to bring down that subtract 10. Now we just have a 2-step, which is what we worked on last week. So now we're going to solve our 2x. So we're going to get rid of our constant, which would be this minus 10 or negative 10. So we're going to do the opposite, which would be to add 10. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So we're also going to add 10 below the 6. So 6 plus 10, this now gives us 16. We'll bring down our equals. The negative 10 and positive 10 cancel each other out. And we have a 2x left. And then our third step is to get rid of the coefficient. So our coefficient is the number that's in front of the variable, which is our 2. So this 2 times x. The opposite of multiplying by 2 is dividing by 2. Do that on both sides. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Bring down your equals. 2 divided by 2 is 1, which leaves you with an x. So x equals 8. Alright, let's look at example 2. So we have negative 9x plus 18 equals 6x plus 3. So we're going to draw our line here. And step 1 is to start by moving your smallest variable. So we have a negative 9x and a positive 6x. So the smallest is definitely the negative 9x. So we're going to move it. So we're going to do the opposite, which would be to add 9x. Whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other side of the equals. So we'll put it below the 6x as well. So now our negative 9x plus 9x, that's cancels. That's the whole reason you do that. And all we have left on the left side is 18 equals. And then we'll add 6x plus 9x, which will give us 15x, and bring down the plus 3. Now we have a 2-step. So the second step is we're going to get rid of our constant. So our constant would be what we're adding on the same side as the variable, which is this plus 3. So to get rid of that, we're going to subtract 3. Whatever we do to one side of the equals, we're going to do to the other. So we're also going to put a subtract 3 below the 18. Now 18 minus 3 will give us 15. Bring down the equals. 3 minus 3 cancel each other. And on the right side you have a 15x. Step 3 is to get rid of the coefficient, which would be this 15 that's in front of the x. So that means 15 times x, so the opposite would be to divide by 15 on both sides. 15 divided by 15 is 1, equals x. Okay, we have 2 u tries. So this is the first one, 2x minus 16 equals x minus 8. So pause the video, try this on your own, then come back and watch to make sure that you have it correct. Okay, so 2x minus 16 equals x minus 8. So we'll draw our line here. Step 1 is to move your smallest variable. So we have a 2x, we have a plain x here. Remember, this is like having a 1x. If you don't see that coefficient, that's a 1. So our smallest variable would be 1x. So we're going to start by moving it. So the opposite of adding 1x or a positive 1x is subtracting. We'll put that on both sides underneath our variable. So on the left side now we have 2x minus 1x, which would be a 1x. Bring down the minus 16 equals 1x minus 1x cancel. And notice we have this negative 8 left. Okay, we're trying to get the x by itself, so our second step is to get rid of the constant, which is this minus 16 or a negative 16. So we'll add 16 to both sides. On the left, our 16s will cancel. Negative 16 plus 16 cancels. We'll have an x left equals, and negative 8 plus 16 would give us 8. So x equals 8. So we have another u try. So pause the video, try it on your own, and then come back and check yourself. I'm going to draw my line. So we have negative 8x plus 3 equals negative 6x plus 15. So we're going to start with our variables. So negative 8x and negative 6x. We're going to move the smallest, which would be negative 8. So the opposite of negative 8x is a positive 8x. Whatever you put on one side of the equals, you have to put on the other side. So negative 8x plus 8x, that cancels. Leaves you with a 3 on the left, equals negative 6x plus 8x is 2x, and bring down that plus 15. Okay, step 2 is to get rid of your constant, which would be the plus 15. So the opposite of adding 15 or a positive 15 is a negative 15 or subtract 15. Put that on both sides of your equals. So 3 minus 15 is negative 12 equals positive 15 and negative 15 cancel, or 15 minus 15. We have a 2x on the right. The last step, you want to get rid of that coefficient so you can get your variable by itself. So the 2's with your variable. So we'll divide both sides by 2. And negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6 equals x.